Hey, this is Diana, the Midnight Rose. I got so excited about all the transitions this month and this week that I forgot completely about the eclipse. So, well, we definitely need to do something about that. So let's talk about March 2025 eclipse and, in fact, the eclipse season. This is a real cosmic reality check. So, get ready. This week's eclipse isn't just another pretty light show in the sky. On March 14th, a total lunar eclipse in Virgo is set to shake things up in ways you did not see coming, but probably should have, which is why it's important to do this video in advance. I hate it when people do videos on cosmic events on the days they happen. Let us know in advance. So, lunar eclipses are already a big deal in astrology. They're karmic accelerators that shove us toward necessary changes, which I always think of Saturn and Mars in that context also. You will find out if you watch this channel often. I have a real love-hate relationship with those two. So, but like the eclipses, they can be accelerators that shove us toward necessary change. Whether you're ready or not, it's going to happen. Think of them as sort of cosmic plot twists where the universe decides to just rip up your script and hand you a brand new storyline. And with this eclipse happening in Virgo, expect themes of order, control, practicality to take center stage. Those of you who have a prominent Virgo in your chart, you know of what I speak. A little bit of a control freak and perfectionist at times, which can be a good thing, but those are the themes, order, control, that are going to be highlighted with this eclipse. So, the vibe here. Virgo is all about details, routines, and getting things right, which means this eclipse is basically an astrological audit of your life. Expect sharp realizations or epiphanies about what's working, what's not, and what needs to go, what needs to be cut loose. So, say you've been slacking on your health, or you're avoiding responsibilities, generally ignoring big red flags. This eclipse will throw them in your face. There is no more, I'll deal with it later. Well, later is right now, to say the least. But before you spiral into an existential crisis, remember, eclipses clear the way for better things. So, this is kind of a universal truth I'm starting to see over and over, not just with the eclipses, but like I said, with Mars and with Saturn. They bring trials into our lives, but it seems like what you think is going to be a catastrophe ends up being something that clears the way for something better. Yes, they can bring endings, but only so you can start fresh and have necessary beginnings. So, with that in mind, here's what you should watch for with this eclipse. Expect the unexpected. Expect big unexpected changes. Eclipses love a good surprise, so don't be shocked if the situation suddenly shifts. Job changes, breakups, breakthroughs, those sudden aha moments. And at this point, with all the things going on, I don't think anything could be too unexpected, although I probably shouldn't test that theory. So, unexpected big changes, emotional highs and lows. Lunar eclipses bring intense emotions. You might feel more sensitive, nostalgic, or just irritable. So make sure that no matter what, you're grounding yourself. Hidden truth might come to light, might come to the surface. Eclipses are sort of like the great and powerful Oz. When you pull back the curtain, you see things that you hadn't seen before, maybe didn't want to see. So expect some kind of revelation, personal, professional, or even global. You might experience a push toward better habits. Virgo energy is about improvement, getting organized, improving structure. It's a great time to restructure your life, whether it's your diet, work habits, mental health, maybe all of the above. But you can also expect you could expect weird timing and fated events. People from the past might pop up. Always look out for the deutering. There's a story to that. That's a term that Austin Coppock uses when talking about Mars in retrograde. People tend to come back into your life that you do not want there. And we refer to that as the deuterang. So it could happen here too. Well, watch out for that. Be sure if you take someone from the past that just suddenly pops up back into your life, be careful about why. You might live to regret it. But so opportunities could arrive just out of the blue, or you might suddenly feel compelled to make a decision you've been avoiding. So, in that case, trust your instincts. Important decisions. People can be a little more fickle, but your instinct is something you should listen to, and that applies to people also. So, what should you do with this eclipse? As hard as this is, especially for those that are like a Virgo sun or moon or rising, try to let go of control. I can hear you Virgos laughing out there. You can say as if, but Virgo loves structure, but eclipses do not care about your plans. So stay adaptable. Once again, your intuition. Listen to your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Something feels right, even if it's scary, consider saying yes. Prioritize taking care of yourself. Eclipses are always a little rough. Your body and mind might feel drained with all the activity and the change. Rest, hydrate, avoid unnecessary drama. These are things that you should be doing all the time. It's just that you need to think about doing it even more right now. So, take the lesson. If something ends, don't fight it. Eclipses will close doors for a reason. And I just can't help to think of Mars and Saturn's influence astrologically in this context, too. They have a way of closing doors, and it is usually for a reason. I speak from experience, which I am not going to go into right now because this is about you, not me. So, this eclipse, it's not here to ruin your life, it's here to redirect it. Whether you feel the shifts immediately or over the next few months, trust whatever happens is pushing you toward growth. So brace yourself, pay attention, and watch how the dust settles, because that's where our next chapter begins. And as I touched on, this is the beginning of eclipse season. So eclipses are kind of like a fast track for change. They bring sudden endings, unexpected opportunities, and long overdue wake-up calls. Think about divine timing that sets events into motion that they feel kind of fated, whether you're ready for them or not. And usually we're not, or we don't think we are. Maybe we are. But this spring's eclipse season is particularly potent because it straddles two zodiac signs that represent order and chaos: Virgo, March 14th, and Aries, March 29th. And this is going to be like a tug of war between control, impulsivity, yes, no, danger, safety, planning and risk taking, self discipline, and rebellion. So, we touched already on the March 14th, the total lunar eclipse in Virgo, which is kind of the breakdown moment, the fix your life, get get your shit together eclipse. So Virgo energy is all about order, structure, responsibility. So this eclipse will really show the weak links in your daily life, your habits, your commitments, the weak link in the chain, and getting it stronger. So, as we kind of touched on, expect sudden clarity about what's working, what's not, unhealthy routines as opposed to healthy ones, relationships that no longer serve you. That's always hard. Areas of life where you've just not been facing responsibility. So, the good side of this, if you've been waiting for a push to improve your health or your career, discipline, relationships, this eclipse hands to you a to-do list from the universe. This is what we want you to do, little person. This is the universe calling. And the hard part, though, eclipses, they're not a little whisper in your ear telling you what to do. They shove. You might be forced to let go of something or make a decision you've been avoiding. So, as we move on to March 29th, a whole 2 weeks later, for the solar eclipse in Aries. The bold new beginning. Oh boy. By the way, the solar eclipse last year was on April 8th, my birthday. And I have an exalted sun conjunct Mars in Aries. Ooh, good times. Boy, talk about a bold new beginning. But anyway, so for the next eclipse, March 29th, 2025. If the Virgo eclipse felt like breaking down old structures, the Aries solar eclipse is about taking action and embracing change, because Aries is the sign of get shit done, do things. Don't sit on the couch, get up and do something, take some action. Thank you, dumpster person, for that noise. Okay, so Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, known for bold moves, fresh starts, and a fearless approach to life. So this eclipse on March 29th will push you to take a leap of faith and maybe start something that you've been putting off, a project, a relationship, a big move, to speak up and assert your independence and finally take that risk you've been thinking about. But of course, there is a catch. There always is. Aries energy can be impulsive. So make sure your decisions are fueled by intuition, not just frustration. Because Aries can get a little angry at times. Once again, I know of what I'm speaking of. So, all that fire in my chart. So, how you should navigate this eclipse season. We kind of talked about for the Virgo eclipse, but in general, once again, expect the unexpected. These aren't kind of the normal as astrology transits, and events might seem out of control. Might, they already are. They probably already are seeming that way for you, because, even coming up to an eclipse, when we get in what we call the shadow of it, we start feeling those energies. Just go with it. Bend, don't break. Pay attention to what ends and what begins. Eclipse themes often unfold over about 6 months' time. So it's not just a one-day event. One door closing now is making space for something bigger later. So you should still be feeling some of the effects for about 6 months. Once again, listen to your body. Eclipse energy is intense, so rest when you need to. Stay hydrated and avoid unnecessary stress. One of my TAs actually has an eclipse cloak she puts on. She hides from the eclipse. Um, sorry, that just came into my mind. But yes, you don't have to go that far, but it is intense, and you don't want to go out and look at it probably. You want to kind of stay away, just lay low, very low key, and don't force things. What's meant to go will go, whether you want it to or not. It's can be very tower-like in tarot terminology, but clearing the way for something better. So what's meant to come will come. Trying to control an eclipse is like trying to hold back the tide. You're not going to be able to control it. You just got to go with the flow and make the best of it. Make lemonade out of lemons, as they say. So this March, April eclipse season is about shifting gears, letting go of outdated habits, embracing new beginnings, and trusting the process. Might feel chaotic, but remember,